everybody, how's it going today? Ian back here with you, Entertainment Examiner. Hey, okay, wow, I'm really excited tonight. I'm going to be reviewing the new movie Dunkirk for you, directed by the great Christopher Nolan. This is a World War II drama surrounding the evacuation of over 300,000 troops from the shores of Dunkirk on the coast of France, right up the shore from Normandy, where the famous D-Day invasion would later happen. This is in the early years of World War II, set in May of 1940, just a few months after Winston Churchill became Prime Minister. The troops are stranded on the beach of Dunkirk, surrounded by German planes at all sides, and because of the shallowness of the water, the larger vessels cannot come up to the shore and rescue them. So it's either rescue them or these guys might die right there on the beach. So Nolan takes his cues from the famous Churchill speech where he mentions the land, the sea, and the air. The three parts of this story take place in those very settings. The sequences in the air are some of the best of this film. We have a fighter plane pilot, played very well again by Tom Hardy, who is trying to shoot down all of these German fighter jets so he can go in and so they can eventually help rescue all these troops from Dunkirk. The scenes on the plane are really well done. We're sitting the camera on the wing of the plane, and I don't know if I've ever seen a shot like the one where a pilot crash lands his plane in the ocean, and we are with him in the cockpit for the entire duration of that. The second story is also is on the sea and surrounds a civilian boat captained by Mark Rylance's character. Mark Rylance won an Oscar a couple years ago for Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies and does equally great, if not better, work here, taking along his son and his son's friend. Civilian ships were commissioned from the British in order to help save the troops trapped at Dunkirk, and all of these guys risked their lives as well. And along the way, Rylance's boat comes across a lone soldier whose boat was destroyed by a German U-boat, and this soldier is suffering from PTSD, and he's played by Cillian Murphy, and he does really, really nice work here. The third story is on the land, surrounding a young boy named Tommy, played by a new young actor named Fionn Whitehead. And he does really nice work. I've never seen or heard of this actor, but we really follow him along as Dunkirk is just being pummeled by all sides by a really exquisitely done torpedo sequence and by fighter jets, and just it's amazing that so many of these guys survived this just really horrific ordeal. We have another great performance by one of my personal favorite actors, Kenneth Branagh, who plays the commander of these men at Dunkirk. And he's just really beside himself, hoping that all these men get home and they survive this just terrible ordeal. What I loved about Nolan's film was the length and how it was done in the three sequences. It really was like the quickest 105 minutes I can remember in a long time, because usually Nolan's movies go on for 2 and 2.5 hours. And I think that any longer film would have felt long. But the way he edits, and the editing and the cinematography is brilliant. The way it's edited is you get all three of these sequences, which he actually numbers for you on the screen, and each sequence is long, and then the further you get into the war, each sequence is shorter and shorter, and the editing is quick, real quick cuts. And that works to heighten the awareness, along with Hans Zimmer's very interesting kind of boom clanky score. And we have just some brilliant shots. This is the most realistic war movie I've seen in a long time. No one gives cloudy days and just everything's real. The boats and the planes and everything is so real and so genuine, and shot in such kind of a beautifully claustrophobic setting. I thought of that on my way out the theater. I said it's almost beautifully claustrophobic, which is kind of a weird way to explain a movie, beautifully claustrophobic, because no one wants to be, stuck in an enclosed space. But with a war film, that's exactly what you want, though. You want that sense of realism. And the fact that Nolan has been passed over for the Academy Award for Best Director, I think twice. He should have been up for The Dark Knight and Inception. The Academy better right that wrong this year by giving him a nomination at the very least for Dunkirk. This is a story that is really not told, especially for U.S. audiences. I think people in Britain, of course, know this story because it happened directly to them. But as we see it also happened to the French and Dutch forces as well. So it's a very moving story. It's an uplifting story. We got great performances by Branagh, Cillian Murphy, and especially Tom Hardy and Mark Rylance again. It really is an edge of your seat war film, and Christopher Nolan does not let you up until the end. And I can't highly recommend this enough. 4 stars, a solid A rating from me. Go see Dunkirk, one of the best films of 2017. Even if you don't like war films, this is one that you really have to see, especially on the big screen. If you can find it, it's in certain places in 70mm film. That would be so cool because it was also shot on IMAX cameras. How cool is that? So, anyway, go see Dunkirk, a very highly recommended film. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on my page. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of Dunkirk. Did you like it? Did you like it as much as I did? I really hope you did, because I think this was a standout picture for 2017. Another one. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.